I want to dive straight into the song that I've heard out of the selection that I've listened to, which is like...
You like them?
Yeah, great. And in particular, this one, I Have Questions.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like, I mean, that, just the hook itself, when you rattle through in 1, 2, and 3, I mean, everybody's had a situation where they wanted to kind of put it all into focus and to contextualize those issues that you have. And to do it in a pop song is hard. And it sounds like that was a cornerstone for the making of this record. Like, that was a jump off point. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I felt like I went into the studio and I was like, okay, now I have to make an album. And I felt like that was the first time that it was like, you know, screw making an album. Like, I need to get this off my chest. I need to understand this. Because I felt like that was the first time that I was really talking about, you know, the feelings, the emotion that I was having in that song. And I think from then on, it felt like, you know, I'm just trying to picture it. Like, you know, when, like, let's say there's like a water dam, right? And there's like a bunch of rocks. And then the first rock, you kind of punch it out of the way, and then they all kind of fall out.
Yeah.
That's what that song was, the initial me punching the first rock.
Yeah.
Originally, it was an interlude, and I hadn't done the second verse yet. And then I was like, okay, I don't want this to just, because I feel like with interludes, like there's been many cases where an interlude has been one of my favorite parts of an album, and I wish that it could be longer.
Yeah.
Like James Joint by Rihanna.
Yeah.
And so that's basically what I did. I was like, okay, I don't want this to be the one where people are like, oh man, I wish I could put this again. So I basically just wrote the second verse, like, I think like 2 weeks after. But originally it was supposed to be an interlude. But I definitely, it's hard to do that in a pop song, which is why that song doesn't have like a pop structure. Like,
it's more than a pop song, that to me feels like a manifesto for the album, if that's what you're going to say.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like, we didn't write it like, okay, here's the verse, here's the pre, here's the chorus. But I feel like the most important part of music is just making people feel something. And it was, I had other songs written, and that was the one that, you know, I put it on for my mom or my manager, and they were all like they felt something. And I was just like, that's really all that matters. That's
real.
That's the only goal for me, is to just make people feel something.